Are we now? Yeah, I think we're now recording. You have to excuse me, guys. I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm new to all this. So this is me. It's Purple Jan. Just a day in the life of. We're going to start off with have to give Darcy her Apoquel tablet. So that's the first job of the day, and it's just behind the camera, so I'm just reaching for it. And she has to have one of these every day because of her allergies that a couple of months ago were just so bad that she'd scratched most of her fur off, and she was in a really sorry state, looked like an old teddy bear that had been in the attic for 100 years. So this is a happy time for Darcy, because the only way that I can get her to take it is to put it in pate, and this morning it's Brussels pate, and she does love a bit of pate, so we take half a teaspoon of pate. I don't know if you can even see her or what I'm doing here. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see what on earth's happening over there. So Darcy's been a very, very good girl. Very good girl. Oh, good girl. Sit, sit. And if she licks my fingers afterwards, she's got more chance of actually swallowing the damn thing. Have you eaten it? Is it all gone? And then Chester's here, so he doesn't need a tablet, but it's only fair that he gets a tiny bit of pate as well. That's Chester. Good morning, Chester. The other two aren't here yet. They've probably gone out for a wee. I've left the back door wide open so that they can get out there. Excuse the mess. This is how I've come down to the kitchen this morning. So let me just wash my hands and then we can start doing the cat and dog food. As I say, I've got no idea what I'm doing with all this, with any of this, with YouTube, with going live. I have no idea. So I'm just learning as I go, and I hope that you're going to enjoy learning with me. I have no idea who you can see here, because like I say, I haven't got my glasses on, but Reckless has just joined us. I've got a basket full of washing that I need to get on. Now in the UK we have our washing machines in the kitchen, because our houses are so small, there's nowhere else to put them really. So I'll just get my washing in. It's Monday today, so in my house that's clean sheets day. I've managed to wrestle the sheets off the bed this morning. It's never an easy job for me because my balance is so bad. But I do what I can, because if I don't, it won't get done. So here we are with our Spring Awakening fabric softener. That's what I use anyway. I like the scent. Oh, shame you can't see with the camera. I've got little Molly, the cat, sat on the floor there. Darcy sat next to her, both waiting to be fed, good as gold. Aren't you, Molly? You're good as gold. But she will try and trip me up as soon as I start moving again. And then washing powder, I've got Persil at the moment. I do swap and change about sometimes. Right, I won't put that on straight away because then all you'll hear is washing machine. Right, now I've got to get the dogs' kibble and their food ready. And get Molly sorted. I'm just getting the animal food out. I don't know if you can see me here in the corner. I'm just getting animals' food out, ready. Need some bowls. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that never got round to being put away from last night's wash up. And I've got some clean things to go into the cupboard. So if you'll excuse me reaching over you so I can get things into the cupboard. So, what's everybody up to today? Monday in my house is laundry day. I like everybody's sheets in the laundry, so I can get them all washed and underway. Oh, should we do Molly first? Darcy Button. Should we get Molly's breakfast first? Right. Molly's going to have some cooked chicken this morning. Just get the tongs to pick it up with. I've just got some bits of cooked chicken left over. She's a very old cat. Well, not very old, she's, I don't know, 17, something like that, 16, 17. We haven't had her since she was a kitten, so we don't actually know for certain how old she is. Same as our dogs. Darcy and Reckless we got from a breeder, so we know their exact dates of birth and all their details. But the other two were rescues from Greece. Right, let me just take Molly's out of my way, out of my way. Thank you, Reckless, out of the way. It's on the stairs, go and get it. Go and get it, Molly. Right, Molly's left some food from last night. It's a bit of chicken, it's not quite so fresh or nice as it was, so I'll share that between the dogs. And they can all have some of that. And then I give the dogs kibble. Right, now, if any of you have seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I've got an acquired brain damage, so I won't remember from one video to the next what I told you. So, forgive me if I repeat myself and tell you the same things over and over again. But anyway, the dogs were... the story of the dogs is I had a massive stroke. In 2012, it was my second one, and straight after the stroke I kind of came to wedged in between the bed and the wall that the radiator was on, and I screamed for help. My husband and my son were in the house at the time but not in my room, and I was screaming for help but I couldn't make myself heard. My vocal cord is still paralysed on one side, so I don't have volume to my voice that I used to have. And I managed to actually get up, make my way into my husband's bedroom, and he took one look at me and said, "Honey, I think you've had a stroke," which I had. And so he managed to get me off to hospital and things went from there. But I kind of decided that I didn't want to die on my own, but if I had a dog, if I called, then it was more likely that the dog would come and help. That's just the cat chicken I'm giving to the dogs. So I thought, well, I could apply for a dog for the disabled. I really was very disabled at this point. But then sometimes it takes years to get that sort of thing happening and organised and getting a dog. So I thought, well, chances of me actually getting one are fairly slim. But I started researching because I'd always wanted a chocolate Labrador. And I started researching and I found a lady who actually bred dogs for the disabled. That happened to be chocolate Labradors. And so I contacted her, and she had literally just had a litter. Darcy's mother Leah had just had her puppies, and I said, have you got any of those? Because this lady has up to a 5-year waiting list. And she said yes, that she did have puppies available. So can I come and see them? They're in Derby, which is halfway up the country from us. A long, long drive, but we drove up and the puppies were only tiny, sort of fit in your hand kind of tiny. And I wasn't able to choose or have a puppy chosen for me at that time. She said she didn't actually allocate her dogs until later on when they were a little bit older. So what I'm doing here is they have enough kibble, well, just slightly under the right amount of kibble, and I just give them just a little bit of tinned food, just for a bit of taste, something that's not just dried horrible stuff. So I just give them a bit of kibble just so not every meal is boring and nasty and dried and yuck. Yeah, so we went all the way up to Derby, and that was on a Saturday, I think, and then we started to go up every Saturday. And we knew that we were going to have a bitch because all the dogs were spoken for. So we knew that one of the bitches would be ours, but that was all we knew at that stage. And then she had another litter. She had a yellow Labrador who was about ready to drop, and then one day when we went, that Labrador was in labour, and Reckless was born the next day. He's one of that one, and we were allowed to have a dog from that litter because she said we couldn't, she would never give 2 dogs from the same litter. So we've got 2 completely different bloodlines. They're both pedigree, 2 completely different bloodlines. Both beautiful, beautiful dogs. But after we got them, and at a certain age, it was a case of, right, now we're putting dogs to owners. So we went up, and we were supposed to be choosing our puppy that day. And she said, although other people are above you in the queue, I'm going to let you have first choice because you're the ones who've been coming every week to see the puppies. So I think there were 1 or 2, you know, sort of you get the best of litter allocated to the stud or the stud's family or something, I don't know. But anyway, we were told that we were allowed to choose. So we went out in the garden, and I just sat on the ground, and the puppies were all let out and came running and playing all around us. And after about an hour, I was sat there with Darcy Button, fast asleep on my lap, sucking my thumb, and our breeder said, I don't think you're choosing your puppy, are you? She chose you. And that was very much how it felt. That's just a mineral supplement I put in their food. It very much felt that, yes, she was choosing me. And this is CBD oil, which I give to them. They only have a drop or 2 each. Helps with various health conditions that they've had, but also helps with their stress levels. And it's just coming, well, we're right in fireworks season here in the UK. It was Diwali last night, so we had loads of fireworks last night. Then we have our UK big firework is on the 5th of November. So there's fireworks going off all the time, and little Chester is still very worried by that sort of thing, but he's much, much calmer now that he's on the CBD oil. You know, he might get a bark, but he's not terrified. And so that's a good thing. Well, I don't know where the other dogs are. Nearly ready for their food. They'll be here in a second, but Darcy's very happy to be having breakfast any minute. Chester and Bear have just joined us. And we use these razors for their bowls, so it actually keeps their bowls from skidding all over the floor while they're trying to eat. Now you see, I don't know how much you can see, but they're all lined up. We've got Reckless, then Darcy, then Bear, then Chester. I'm just waiting for Reckless to fit. He's just had his eardrops in, so he's flapping a bit. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Everybody's being very good. Very good. And then I always liven the food up in exactly the same order so that I don't get muddled up in case anybody's got any medicine in their food. Bear, stop it. No, wait. Wait. Wait, Bear. Look. Look. There we go, that's their breakfast happening. You won't be able to hear very much while they're munching and crunching. So where was I? Yeah, so Darcy chose me. And then there's 11 days difference between the litters of the chocolate litter and the yellow litter. Well, Reckless's mother was a yellow and his father was black. So half the litter were yellow, half were black. Darcy's heritage is chocolate Labrador all the way back, as far as I can tell. So, just before Darcy was old enough to come home with us, we chose Reckless, or Neil did, because Darcy was very much supposed to be my dog, and Reckless was Neil's. Reckless has just taken his bowl and he takes it into the living room. He'll bring it back later and try and sell it back to me for an extra piece of kibble, but depends on whether I'm feeling generous or not as to whether he gets it. So eventually we get the puppies. They're brought home 10 days apart. Darcy comes home first because she's that much older and she's a little bit bigger at that time. And I'm all over all of the dog groups on Facebook and things, and people saying over and over again, don't, oh, Reckling, thank you, good boy, good boy, good boy. No, you're not taking that one, that's what I need to wash up. That's a good boy. Yeah, so 3 of them have finished it. Bear's run out to the garden already. I've left the door open so they can get straight out if they need to. So we had 2 Labradors, they're home, and I'm reading all the time, you shouldn't buy dogs. You should rescue. And I began to get guilt. I got owner's guilt. So I thought, well, in for a penny, you know, okay, we'll get another dog. But looking at all the UK rescues, I'm seriously disabled at that time. We've got a very small garden, we live near a main road. All these things are big no's on UK rescues when they decide whether they're going to let you have a dog or not. You know, they'll come out and they'll do a home check, and I knew that I would never get approved, plus the fact that we already had 2 puppies. And also on top of that, by this point, they're coming up to 6 months old, I had 2 very, very happy, very well adjusted Labradors. And I thought, you can't get a rescue puppy in the UK, it's almost impossible. So it means an older dog or a sick dog. And I thought, I can't do that to an older dog or a dog with issues. You know, if he's got any kind of behavioural problems, that's just a big fat no, I can't do it. So it's going to have to be a puppy. And I thought, you know, I don't know how that's going to happen. Then on Facebook one day, there's a picture of Chester. Tiny little puppy. He must have been about 8 to 10 weeks old when the photo was taken. But I just instantly fell in love with him. He was just such a little darling. Just getting the bowls and picking up the bowls. So I traced that email back, or not email, that post back from who'd shared it to who shared it, and traced it back all over Europe actually, until it came to a standstill of a lady in Greece.